Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel and please subscribe below so you guys can see all the new videos that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to try and be more active and try and do two videos a week. I'm going to try my best. But so today we're going to do what to do when you actually arrive in Ireland. So I actually wrote them here on notes so that I don't forget anything because, you know, sometimes we forget, mom brain. Okay, so when you arrive in Ireland, the first thing you need to do is apply for your PPS number. Your PPS number is kind of like your ID number here. It's really important. You need it for a driver's license. You need it to open a bank account. You need it for like everything. So ideally get your PPS number. Okay, why do you need a PPS number? So if obviously you're gonna be working here, when you start working here and you start getting paid here, you get charged emergency tax, which is like, I don't know, between like 50 or more % of your salary. I'm not really sure about that, but that's emergency tax. So if you don't have obviously a PPS number and your revenue account, you get charged emergency tax. So obviously you can claim that back once you do get your PPS number, but it's not fun to have because I feel like at the beginning you need all those funds for like your deposit for rent and to pay all the expenses. You need the money, you know, especially in euros because we're not going to compare rands to euros right now. But yeah, so basically you need to apply for your PPS number, and to apply for your PPS number, you're supposed to do it when you arrive in the country. So it can be done online. You literally just put like on Google, apply for PPS number and Ireland, and everything will come up for you, all the information. It's literally quite simple. So what you'll need is basically Ireland proof of address. So wherever you're staying, whether it's an Airbnb, whether you're staying with family, or whether you already have a place, get a letter from them saying that obviously all of you guys, like whoever is staying, how many people you are and where you're staying, put your names, tell them to put your names and passport numbers and that you will be residing at this residence. You need your proof of address. And then obviously your passport, a passport copy, obviously make sure you have it on phone. I just use scanner and scan my passport so that I have it on my phone. And obviously why you need a PPS number. So they'll ask you that question. You actually have to explain why you need a PPS number. So mine was a bit of a hassle, but I guess it just depends on who you get. But basically what you need to say is you need a PPS number to register for tax on revenue.ie. And that's obviously how you pay your tax in Ireland. So that's like one of the reasons, especially if you're working here, you can say that. And then if they don't accept like that, because they will get back to you. And if they get back to you, they'll say, say that you need to convert your South African driver's license to an Irish driver's license. That would be your other option. And one of those should definitely work. And yeah, so again, if you have a PPS number, you won't be charged emergency tax. So make sure that obviously if you don't get your PPS number, obviously when you start working here, then check with your HR in your company, whoever you're working for, about your emergency tax, and so that they can obviously get you back whatever you paid for emergency tax once you get your PPS number. And second thing is, once obviously you're done applying for PPS number, you literally have to just wait. They literally mail it to you, which is crazy. I'm so used to everything online, but they mail it to you. So wherever you are staying, they will mail it to you. For me, so the address that I was staying at, I have applied for my PPS number. My husband got his, but I didn't get mine. So I literally just emailed them. You can get their email again. All the information is online on Google. Literally, they'll tell you who to email. I just emailed them and said that obviously I didn't get my PPS number and I've changed my address. Can you mail it to my actual, like my new address, because this is where I am staying permanently. And they did that for me. So if you do change address and you want it to come to you, then just email them. And well, if they don't, then you just have to get it back from the other address. But if you have someone there to check if it came there, then great. But like for us, I just mail them and tell them to email it. I mean, like mail it here. It's just so much easier and so much more comfortable. I don't have to worry about going back to the other place, you know, where I was staying to obviously get all my mail, you know. And then yeah, so the second thing is you need to get your GNIB card. So basically, when you enter the country, you get a stamp on your passport. Obviously, if you like South Africans, Canadians, there's you can actually check who gets a visa on arrival call, obviously on the website, literally just check online, super easy. It'll tell you who doesn't need a visa, which South Africans don't need a visa to enter Ireland. So what you get as soon as you enter, you get a stamp on your passport, and that gives you 3 months to stay in the country. So as soon as you enter the country, you need to call the GNIB offices. Obviously, there's GNIB offices for different areas. So like in Dublin, they have a number and email. In Cork, they have a different number and email. So obviously, it depends on where you are staying. You have to call that specific call center for that place because you need to go in. So you need to go into the place that's close to you, you know? So basically, in order to stay in the country for more than 3 months, you need your GNIB card. Or basically, sometimes a card takes time. Like for me, it took like a month for my card to come. As long as you have that stamp on your passport that basically says you've gone to the GNIB offices, you know. To get your GNIB card, you need an appointment. So basically, you need to call the GNIB offices. You will be on the call for like about 20 minutes. Like the first time I called, I remember I was on hold for like, not really on hold, it was just like ringing for like 5 minutes, and I'm just like, they're probably not gonna answer, and I cut the call. And then I asked them, and they're like, no, they answer like after 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'll try this again. And I literally waited 20 minutes, and they answered me, and they gave me like a booking for like 2 months. 2 months later, I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. But that's literally how it is. There's such a backlog. So I was like, okay, it's fine, whatever. And then someone else told us that just keep on calling them like every few days. They get cancellations. So you could get like the appointment within the next weekend. You just have to call and say, do you have any cancellations? Can I book my appointment earlier? So then I just did that. I literally just kept on calling every few days. And then they answered me back. The first time they said, the first time I called, they said that they have an appointment for like a week after my actual appointment, which is like 2.5 months. I'm like, no, thank you. I'll keep my appointment. And I obviously hang up the call. And then after a few days, I called again. And then they were like, we actually have a cancellation this Saturday. Would you like to come? I'm like, oh my God, great. So because only my husband has a critical skills visa, and he's the one that obviously got the job to come here, you can go as a family. But I know if you guys have separate visas, you probably will have to get your own appointment. So just obviously when you're on the call with them, just ask them. And usually the person that's gonna book the appointment has to be the person on the phone. They're very strict with that. It has to be the same person. So obviously if you both have separate visas, make sure you both call to get your appointments. Let's see. Okay, so what do you need for your GNIB card? So when you get your appointment, I'm gonna tell you guys what you need to take when you go there. So firstly, you're gonna need 300 euros, and you have to pay 300 euros every year. I'm not sure if it's for the first 2 years. It's only been a few months for me, so I'll update you guys on how it is. But yeah, so what they told me is every year you need 300 euros and you have to renew it. And 300 euros you have to pay by card. They do not accept cash. Luckily, my husband's card was working, but so you need to have a card. They don't accept cash. And then take that whole file with you because you never know what you're gonna need. You rather have backup. But and honestly, it depends who you get. So basically what you're going to need, the most important thing is obviously your passport and marriage certificate. Because I'm coming on my husband's visa, the marriage certificate is really important. Work permit, so obviously the letter from the work permit from obviously the government, and that they gave you the critical skills work permit. Take that with you, obviously for both husband and wife, even though you're coming on your husband's visa. And then work contract, so your husband's work contract, just in case, print it out and keep it ready. And medical aid. So if you plan to work, like for me, I plan to work, make sure you have medical aid. So I had medical aid from South Africa. So sometimes they take the medical aid from South Africa, sometimes they need an Irish medical aid. Honestly, it's been different for so many people. Like some people said no, they took their South African medical aid, and some people said no, they needed to apply for an Irish medical aid. So they had to come they booked their appointment for next 2 weeks till they have their Irish medical aid. So honestly, it just depends what you have, but just have a printout to say that you're covered for the year from your medical aid. We had Discovery, and Discovery worked fine, obviously Discovery from South Africa. And then it just depends on who you get. What else? Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And then they stamp your passport. So if you're a spouse on your husband's critical skills visa, you get a 1G stamp that allows you to work in the country. So basically, if you get that you can apply for any job, and because you have a visa, that is basically your visa that allows you to work in the country, which is super easy and much easier to apply for jobs because the company doesn't have to go through the visa process, you know? It's literally say, here's my visa, okay, you got the job, blah, 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 you know? And obviously once you get in Ireland, you're actually more aware of more jobs in Ireland because obviously you're in the country. But yeah, that's about it. I hope this was I hope this helped. I know I rambled a lot, that's what I do. But if you guys have any questions, just put it in the comment section and I'll either reply to the comment, or if it's like something that needs to be elaborated more, I'll talk more about it and do another video. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this, and I hope this was helpful, and don't forget to just subscribe to my channel, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!